These are chapters from the Spiritual Intelligence Handbook, and this chapter is a chapter on overview. Early in my ministry, I sought to discover how to abide in the presence within from John 15:7. After many years, I hit the mother lode. After I retired from the parish, I wrote a book on the difference being in or out of the presence makes and how to do it. In the overview, spiritual intelligence is based on three principles of discovering what we're looking for inside of ourselves. The first principle is that we need to know all of us have in us a presence of peace, love, joy, and wisdom. What else do we need to know? Our rational head sees the physical scene. What else do we need to know? Our conscious heart senses the spiritual unseen. What else do we need to know? That's all we need to know for life. Spiritual intelligence is a wisdom that comes from being in the peace, love, and joy of this inner presence. I don't believe in spiritual intelligence. Well, what do you believe in? Seeing is believing. I believe what I see. Do you believe you see things differently when you feel loved than when you feel unloved? That's a no-brainer. Everybody believes that. That is spiritual intelligence. Believe it. It's difficult to find information on how to discover what we're looking for inside ourselves. Oh, there's many books on how to look inside ourselves. Find them. What if I do find one? Email me. Where'd you get all this stuff from? Sid Banks. Who is he? Google him. How to get in the presence is not well known. People get in all the time doing spiritual exercises. Spiritual exercises tell you many rational ways of what to do to get in. Well, what's wrong with that? There's only one way to get in the presence. What is that? Consciously sensing the inner presence of peace, love, and joy. The rational head sees the physical scene and creates our feelings. My feelings are created by what happens to me. Do you feel those feelings when you do not think about them? Oh, certainly not. Case closed. I don't think so. That's what you don't think. The conscious heart senses the spiritually unseen and only can access our inner presence. I get in the presence with meditations. That's what you think with spiritual exercises. That's what you think with prayer. How is it working for you now? Oh, on and off. If it's not working all the time, it's not working any of the time. Life is a choice between happiness or unhappiness, between being loved or unloved, or being stressed or in peace. What is wrong with feeling good about what happens? We become victims when there are things we never can feel good about. We can find some good to think about it. We'll never find closure over things we can never think good about. What do you call that? Down and out of the presence. We can have a different understanding of things when we see the same thing in a different way. What is the difference? Being down and out or up and in the presence. What is the difference? When we're down and out, what happens to us determines how we feel. What's wrong with that? Believing events create our feelings is the cause for all dysfunctional behavior. The presence of peace, love, happiness, and wisdom is always in all of us. What's the catch? All of us are not always in the presence. What's the catch? We can only get in the presence with our conscious, never with our rational mind. Well, then what good is it? It gives us a choice in life, and that is down and out or up and in. The rational mind cannot see the spiritual unseen. Only the conscious mind can sense the inner presence. What does down mean? Down is when we use our rational head. What does out mean? Out means we're out of the presence when we use our rational head. What does up mean? Up is using our conscious heart. What does in mean? Experiencing the presence. Out of the presence, thought creates our feeling. In the presence, the feeling of the presence creates our thought. There's no such thing as closure. It's just a fairy tale. There are things that happen that are unforgivable and people who are unlovable. How can we move on from being a victim or not finding closure? When we feel the peace, even love and joy of the presence, not about but in what happened, we can move on. What do you call that? Up and in. There are basically only two solutions in life. What is the difference? Do you do something to feel good, or do you feel good to do something? What is the difference? One leads to addiction, dependency, divorce, and low self-esteem. What is the difference? It's the difference between the wrong or the right solution. Thought, not events, create feelings about the event. The event plus thought equals feelings. E plus T equals F. When we're out of the presence, it brings rational intelligence. Negative rational thought creates negative rational feelings, and positive rational thought creates positive feelings. In the presence, feeling the presence creates thought in the event that brings spiritual intelligence. And so spiritual intelligence is the opposite of E plus T equals E. F. It's F plus T equals E. Feeling plus thought equals event. Presence plus mind equals the wisdom. We're dealing with these two feelings of down and out. And when we're down and out, the rational thinking, the heart feels what the head thinks. And when we are up and in, there's a sense of being in that presence. And so up and in is that the conscious wonder, the head thinks what the heart feels.